Please state your name and your call sign for the record.
My name is On the field, I go by Gidget.
What is your occupation?
Outside of paintball, I work at a hospital where I work as a clinical pharmacist.
How long have you been playing paintball? What got you started?
I've been playing for about 3 years. I always wanted to try paintball, but never had a chance until I married Mandalore.
What is your role in the Allied Army?
My role would be largely defined by my unit. I'm a member of the Brad Pitts, and our orders have a tendency to be along the lines of wreak havoc. So I get to have a lot of fun just hanging out and doing that.
Tell us about a couple of your favorite moments in paintball. Any great triumphs?
One of my favorite moments actually comes from a weekend game that I played with Picasso, Mandalore, and another group of guys. We were playing on a small field that had a tall fort, and at one point we were talking about putting a rope so that we could scale the wall. Then one of the guys piped up and said, "Yeah, but if we did that, some girl would come along." Then he looked over at me and he never finished a sentence. It was obvious he had prejudice against girls playing the sport. He must have realized that the team that had the girl was beating them, though, despite the fact that we were outnumbered. I don't know if it changed his opinion, but it gave him pause and gives me a really funny story.
Most would agree that paintball is a male-dominated sport. As a female player, do you find that you're quickly accepted, or do you have to prove that you have a place?
It's a little of both. There are some guys out there that are genuinely happy to see a girl playing, and I've been told by many guys that they wish their girlfriend or wife or significant other would play with them. Unfortunately, it does seem like the vast majority of players, while not openly hostile, make it very obvious that they don't think a girl can keep up. Last year at D-Day, I had a guy specifically tell me, "It's okay, you're a girl," as if that made something excusable.
Was there ever a moment when you felt like you really did stake your place and proved you had a place in the game?
During the big game at D-Day last year, I was with 2 others from my unit. We ran into a group of Germans in the woods. We were severely outnumbered and we knew we wouldn't last long, but we decided to lay low and take out as many as we could. Our commander was running unarmed at the time, so I ended up being the last effective man standing. The remaining Germans didn't realize I was still there in the woods and ended up walking towards me. I waited until the closest one was near enough so I could easily take him out, and then I was almost immediately taken out by his friends. But I got him, and he actually walked back towards me and commended me for such a good shot. It just made me feel like I had finally found my place within the game.
What specific challenges do you face as a female player, and how have you overcome those challenges?
Female players genuinely do have a physical disadvantage. I'm not going to be as fast, as strong, and I don't have the endurance that most guys do on the field. So to compensate for that, I train. I'm already a pretty active person, but 3 months before D-Day, I start running in a weighted vest. I run hills, and I run during the day when the weather's warmer. Another challenge that I've found is finding gear that fits me properly. Even the smallest vest is made for a guy significantly larger than I am, so I've had to get creative in the gear that I wear.
What advice do you have for a girl who wants to play, but isn't sure that she'll enjoy the game or fit in?
Well, the first thing I would tell her is that who you play with does matter. So the first time she goes out, I would encourage her to find a group that she knows will make it fun. Some guys are going to look down on her, and unfortunately that's just part of being a girl playing paintball, but that doesn't have to take away the fun. A lot of my fun is proving those guys wrong. Other than that, paintball is an intense sport, and not everyone's going to enjoy it, no matter how hard you try to make it fun. And that goes for everyone, just not for the girls out there.
As a woman, what advice do you have for guys who want to get their female friends and significant others to play and enjoy the game?
Well, first, be honest with her and prepare her for what she's about to encounter, because she probably doesn't know what she's about to get into. Paintball is a sport that generally involves getting dirty, a little bit of pain, and to truly enjoy it, you have to let yourself get into it. In normal life, no one goes around screaming war cries and shooting at people, but in paintball, that is our normal. Making sure she knows that normal is different on the field than in real life will help her transition better. As for pain, make sure she understands it's going to sting a little, and she may end up with bruises the next day, but it's also not going to feel like somebody took a ball-peen hammer to her rib cage. I think also telling a girl what to wear the first time is pretty important, because for me it was the biggest thing that kind of gave me pause before I went to play, because I didn't know what to expect. Letting a girl know what to wear will make it more enjoyable for her, because she won't have to worry about ruining her best pair of jeans. Another thing is telling her to wear a bandana to cover her hair if she doesn't want it to get all gross. It may seem silly to you, but some girls actually do care.
To you, what does it mean to play like a girl?
Playing like a girl means giving it my all and not letting anybody tell me that I don't belong on that field.